Hello, welcome to Women's Financial Empowerment Group. I'm your host, Ruth Agbeloso. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If this is your first time, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, share, comment, and hit the notification bell so you'll know whenever I upload a new video, which is usually twice a week. If you've been here before, thank you so much for your support. I truly, truly appreciate you. Please like, share, and do all those wonderful things as well. Now, today's video is about life insurance. And life insurance is one of those topics that's not a sexy money topic, but it's definitely a necessary topic. And as a financial coach, I feel it would be irresponsible of me not to share about it, even though I know it makes some people uncomfortable. Listen, when it comes to life insurance, there are a lot of people that believe, hey, I don't need life insurance. Why should I pay all this money to a company for something that I don't need or I won't use? But we know that in 2020, there have been many people that have died from the COVID disease. And believe it or not, there are a whole bunch of people dying of other things as well. There's still over 1 million people who have died from car accidents, and there's other things out there. So what would happen if you weren't prepared? What would happen to your family members if you weren't prepared and you didn't have life insurance? So today's video is geared towards talking about the how to buy life insurance. So stick with me. Let's get into it. Now, the first step in buying life insurance is to figure out what type of life insurance you want. So there are different types, and I've covered them in previous videos. First of all, there was the video that I did, interview with a life insurance agent, ask a life insurance agent, and there was another video about questions to ask a life insurance agent. So go ahead and check those videos out so you can get a little bit more details about different types of life insurance. So in this video, it's going to be pretty short, so I'm not going to get hot and heavy with those topics, but feel free to ask any questions you have below. Oh yeah, and go ahead and like this video so that others will be able to see this content, and hopefully it will help them as well. So like I said before, the first step is to figure out what type of life insurance do you want. Do you want term life insurance? Do you want whole life insurance? And then after you figure out what type of insurance you want, then you'll calculate how much life insurance you actually need. I think it's a good idea to start out doing your own calculations before you even meet with a life insurance representative, but you can also wait until you get around the table with one and they can walk you through the process. To find out how much life insurance you need, start out by figuring out your family's monthly living expenses. So that is everything that you live off of, whether it be food, bills, what have you. Calculate the whole thing for the month. After you have calculated your monthly living expenses, then you're going to want to multiply that by 12. That way you can get your annual living expenses. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. After that, you're going to want to multiply that figure by 25, and that will give you your preliminary death benefit. So here's an example of what I mean. If your annual living expenses is $50,000, then you'll want to multiply it by 25 and you will get $1.25 million. The recommendation for 25 is that typically your beneficiaries can live off the interest that they get from the life insurance policy and not touch the principal straight up. So that allows them the flexibility to be able to do that and have what they need. Next, you're going to add up the total amount that you'll need for each of your children for college. So if you have 2 children, you're going to add up how much they'll need. So I guess you'll have to figure out, whether you want them to go to an Ivy League school or a community college, and go ahead and tabulate how much that is. Obviously, it's going to be an estimate because those prices do change, but you're going to want to make sure you have enough to cover those expenses if you should pass. Now, after you have calculated those, you're going to add them to the previous amount that we just talked about, the preliminary death benefit target. You're going to add that all together, and that will give you your death benefit amount. So just to go a little bit backwards, the death benefit is the amount of money that will be paid to your beneficiaries. And of course, your beneficiaries are the recipients of the life insurance. After you've done those calculations, you're going to want to know the terms of your policy, meaning how long is your policy going to be in place. So for instance, if you are 20 years old and you're signing up for life insurance, you may want to have a 20 or 40-year term insurance, term policy. If you are older, you may have a shorter term in mind. So it varies depending on who you are and what age you are in your current situation. Now that you know how much of a term you want or how long of a term you want, and you know how much of a death benefit you want based on your calculations, then you can go forward and find a company that you're going to do business with, that you're going to buy life insurance from. You could definitely just choose one out of, from Google, just Google life insurance agencies and just choose a few and find out how much they cost and all of the details. But there's also some websites that you can go to and they'll give you a whole bunch of quotes all at once. So here are some that you can choose from. AccuQuote.com, PolicyGenius.com, Quotacy.com, and selectquote.com. So these are just a few of the websites that you can go to, put your information in, and then you'll be able to get multiple quotes at once. Those companies will link you with life insurance agents so that you can be able to get the quote that best fits your situation. So there's another thing to keep in mind. When you're looking for a life insurance company, you want to choose a company that has a financial rating of A or better. So each of these companies have a financial rating. You want to make sure that you go with a company that has an excellent track record, because at the end of the day, if they don't, what guarantee do you have to make sure that they are actually going to pay this death benefit? You want to make sure that whatever it is that you're signing up for, that you get that at the end. So definitely check and see what their rating is. This is just a brief overview. There's more to it in terms of what to ask a life insurance agent. So watch my other videos so that you can get an idea of what questions you should bring to the table, because this is a big deal. You want to make sure that you ask tons of questions to really understand what you're getting into, because it's one of those situations that you don't want to start a life insurance policy and then stop it, because you would lose all of that money. So you want to make sure that it's something that you'll have until you don't need it anymore. So you don't want to stop your life insurance before you die. So that, that money, it will be a waste if you do it that way. But if you have a long enough term to keep you until you don't need it anymore, then it would have been worth your money, because you want to make sure that your family or dependents, whoever your beneficiaries are, will be covered in the event of your untimely death. The last thing I want to say about this is that once you do decide on a life insurance company that you want to buy life insurance from, you want to make sure that you set up auto pay. Again, you don't want to start and stop. You want to make sure that those payments are automatic every single month, that they are paid so that your life insurance policy does not lapse. What it means lapse is that it's not working anymore. So you'll have to start all over and get another policy, and you may not get the same rate that you had before, especially if you're older. Then your health may be different and you might have to spend more money for your policy. So again, always sign up for auto pay. It's a really great way to make sure that your life insurance is paid every month on time. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I'm a financial coach. As I said before, my information is in the description box. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do that. I'm available to help you with whatever your financial needs are, whether it be budgeting, planning, whatever it is. Please reach out to me and see if we would be a good fit to work together. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, share it with your friends, and remember, change your mind, change your pocketbook.